Alright, what up everybody? Here gonna be making a video. Lower this volume. Make a video on my settings today because I got asked about it. I put up a poll and you guys want to see a video about my settings, so we're gonna go through that quickly. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. We're gonna be going through all the settings here. We're gonna go through genre, HUD, audio, space. We're gonna go along the list, and we're gonna go through my Nvidia game filters at the end. Like my monitor settings and stuff like that, so we're gonna go through all that. Anyways, to start off with the general, we're gonna go through this quickly. I have this turned off, which basically shows your FPS on the bottom. I just have that turned off because I have in the top left here from Ubisoft. I have that. The flash effect I have in dark. Diffuser pickup I have on both, so you can either walk up to it, walk over it like the old school way, or you press your F key on it or whatever interact key on is. And you click it, and yeah. I have visible door trajectory off because I personally don't like it that it's on. It messes with me. So, I have that turned off. Match replay on, of course. Cross communication, I guess, is on. This I didn't know you. Okay, I'm gonna see after that. Because I kind of want to turn it off, but I don't know if you turn. I don't know. It's stuck on. Okay, whatever. Next, we're gonna move on to the HUD. So the HUD is, I have everything customized over here, so we're gonna go through that quickly. Not quickly, but I'm gonna go through it at a moderate pace. So if you guys want to copy down any of my settings, my HUD, my graphics, my sensitivity, anything like that, you guys can always pause, go back in the video, do whatever you guys gotta do. So moving on, we're gonna go to the HUD. So I have my compass turned off. I want everything more clean. I don't need the compass on my map. I never really use the north, south, west, east. I don't use callouts like that, you know what I mean? Plus it just gets in the way. If it was the old UI, old school UI on Siege, I'd probably keep it on, but it's just really annoying in my opinion. So I have that turned off. This one's usually turned on or off, depending, whatever I want. I have it on usually, it doesn't bother me too much. Loadout's turned on, my inputs are turned on. Health is turned off. Again, it gets in the way, and I'll explain that later why I have health turned off. Status effect is turned on, stance indicator is turned off. I don't need that on. The down but not out timer is on. Critical warnings is on. Action reminders have icons only. Diffuse reminders on. Opacity is at 60. Action duration bar is on. Reload reminders off. General reminders is off. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I have it off for a while, but yeah, observation tools suppress 6. Throw drone. So whatever's over here on the bottom left, I have that turned off. Crosshairs turned on. The operator reticle is turned off. So it's the down in the middle of your screen. I have that turned off. I have it on for drones. Grenade indicator turned on, threat indicator turned on, hit indicator turned on, kill confirmation turned on, hit confirmations turned off. So whenever you shoot something like a gadget or a camera or something, I have like the hit marker, I have that turned off. Moving on to the environment section, so we have the device area of effect turned on. Pretty much everything's turned on here besides the teammate outlines and teammate username because it gets in the way. Sometimes I have outlines turned on, but that's kind of rare. I mostly just have the icons turned on. And yeah, so moving on to the match information. Again, most of the things are turned on here. The round number is turned off, so it won't say round 3 up here. It won't say match point, whatever. I don't know. I have that turned off. It looks cleaner in my opinion. The bands turned off, so in the kill feed up here, when it has like 40 people that get banned at once, and the black text bar, I have that turned off because I care about who's dying on the kill feed. I don't care about who's getting banned and whatnot. Score updates is turned off. So this is the point system. So when you shoot a cam or someone, you have like the plus 10, plus 100 on the side. Have that turned off. Destroy drones turned on, of course, and the versus update. I'll explain this why I have the health turned off as well. The versus update is when someone dies. It says 5v4, 2v5, whatever, stuff like that. I have that turned off because I think it's in a way, and I don't like the noise. It just bothers me. So I have that turned off. And with that, while I have the health turned off, I'm gonna have to look up anyways to see who's dead, who's alive. So while I have the health on anyways, I could quickly look at my health bar as I can see who's alive, who's dead, how much time is left, stuff like that. So it makes it easier for me, and it kind of annoys me it's on the bottom left. I don't know. I like keeping it very clean and simple. For the other, I just have operator guides turned off, everything else turned on. Doesn't matter to me. Moving on to the audio. Night mode. I have my dynamic range on night mode. Some people either play hi-fi or night mode. I prefer night mode because with hi-fi, bullets are very loud, and for night mode it kind of all compresses that. and it just makes it easier for me to actually hear in-game audio instead of, you know, bullets. It could be, you know, like when someone drops a hatch, for example, and they shoot to mask the sound of them dropping. If you have hi-fi mode on, you won't be able to hear them dropping because of the bullet. But if you have night mode on, there's a chance that you could hear them dropping even though they shot. So yeah, moving on to display. I'm playing at 144 hertz. I had a 240 hertz, but when I moved, it got broken by the fucking moving company. So I'm stuck to 144 hertz monitor right now. So yeah, my aspect ratio is on 3:2. So I used to play, as you guys can see in most recent videos, if it's not 3:2, I'm playing on a lot of 4:3 stretch. But 3:2 is the perfect mix between 4:3 and 16:10. You guys know in older videos I play a lot of 16:10, but so I realize it's very, very narrow for me. So 3:2 is a perfect mix between stretch and not stretch. So it's literally in between both resolutions anyways. So VSync's turned off, the FPS limit is turned off. If it's turned on, it's gonna force your computer to work a little bit harder to maintain that FPS. I have that turned off. Yeah, I don't need it capped at whatever my refresh rate is. I don't care enough. Letterbox is turned off. My FOV is at 88. My HUD and menu displays at 90, and my brightness is at 55. Sometimes I fluctuate between 55 and 60, and with my FOV, sometimes I fluctuate between 80 and 90, maybe 87. Depends what I'm feeling, but for right now I'm running 88. Moving on to the graphics, we have low latency mode. It should be on. I don't know why it's off, but should be on. If you have a lot of performance issues and stuff like that, turn this off, but for the most part you can turn it on, and sometimes your latency is a little bit reduced, so it might be a couple milliseconds where you might see someone before they see you. So yeah, moving on to the actual graphics, I have every single thing turned on low or turned off. You guys can see, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna scroll down a little bit, and you guys can pause whenever you need to. But yeah, so we have everything on low or linear, whatever the case is. Low settings for pretty much everything. And yeah, so when it comes to the anti-aliasing, I usually play on either TAA or FXAA, but from recently I experienced that TAA brings down my FPS a little bit more, and on top of that I see a lot of frame skipping here and there, so I keep on FXAA because it's kind of the same thing, and it's the same thing as off or on, but I keep this on FXAA because the screen tears and stuff like that might look weird, so I have it on because it makes the videos and stuff look a lot more cleaner. So I keep that on. If you are going to be running TAA or anything other than FXAA and off, make sure both your things are on 100. Or if you have a higher resolution monitor, as you can see over here, 100 is at 1920 by 1080. So if you have a 1440, for example, then if the option allows you to bump it up even more, then, you know, obviously bump it up to whatever resolution your monitor is. Your TAA sharpness, though, if you're running TAA, make sure it's on the highest, so you have a lot sharper image, because the lower it is, things become a little bit blurry from afar, so make sure it's on 100 as well. Moving on to my controls and my sensitivity, drone boost is going to be at hold, raw input's going to be on. I have this on, so as you see, there's a lot less delay between me moving my mouse or my keyboard. I have my horizontal sensitivity at 8 and my vertical at 6. Sometimes I do 8 or 9, you know, whatever I'm feeling. If I'm having an off day, I might switch up to 9. Or if I feel like it's too slow, I might switch up to 9. Or, you know, if it's too fast or not have bad aim, I'll switch down to 8, you know. But I usually keep around 8 or 9. Vertical's always staying at 6. Mouse scroll, we're going to go into sensitivity in a second. Mouse scroll is going to be disabled. Gadget deployment is at advanced. Drone deployment is advanced. Aim is hold. You know, leads toggle. Sprint is hold. And what I do now, but I don't do it now, but what I do is I have crouch and hold instead of toggle, because I feel like I'm more in control of my movements. I was thinking about switching my prone to toggle or hold, but we'll see. But for the most part, crouch I have on hold. I feel more in control of my movement. I feel a lot more smoother and cleaner. I feel like it went on toggle, and I used to play on toggle. I feel very restricted to my movement, and I can't be a lot, you know, pretty fluent. We're gonna go into the controls, and then sensitivity is gonna be at the end of the control section. So controls, I'm not gonna go through every keybind, of course, but we're gonna go through the ones that are changed from the default ones. So I think I have my push to talk on G. I think it used to be on default on U, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But one day I switched to G and, you know, play on G ever since. My crouch is on C, prone's on control. I know some people, or a lot of people, used to have control on their crouch on control and their prone on C, but I do crouch on C. My primary gadget is going to be my mouse 5 button, which is the top button on my mouse, because I have 2 buttons on my mouse, and mouse 4 is going to be the bottom button, or, you know, where you're used 3 or 4. But that's what I do. But if you do have, you know, questions about it, let me know in the comments down below. Controller, we're not even going through controller. I don't play controller. I don't care enough. Doesn't matter to me. Sensitivity. Now, I went through it at last because my sensitivity is always in the description of my videos. So you guys could always check that out in your own time. But I know some people, like Shiko, still play on standard. I play on advanced. 1x magnification is going to be on 40. 2.5 is 65. 3.5, 74. 5 is 74. And 12x is on 100. I recommend, if you're trying to find your own sensitivity, use someone else's as a template. I have my own sensitivity for like the past 2 or 3 years now. So what I did is I used Spoit's sensitivity as a template, and then from there I kind of adjusted as I needed to. And yeah, now I have my sensitivity I usually use. I don't think it's that different from Spoit's, but this is what I'm most comfortable with, so I keep it at that. Moving on to privacy, it doesn't really matter. Just have nickname on, that's really it. All this stuff I don't care about. Not that important to me. Moving on to accessibility. Optic color. I always switch between default, turquoise, light blue, green, whatever you guys see in videos, you know. Sometimes even purple if I'm feeling it, you know. But as of right now, I'm feeling like turquoise. So since my opacity is always going to be on 70 though, the lowest it would ever be is probably 65, but as of right now, I always play in 70. Your screen shake, make sure it's turned off. Motion blur is turned off, so it's not actual motion blur like you guys think, but when you get shot at or damaged, you have like a little blur on the outside of your screen for like a hot second. I have that turned off, so it's like a little red effect on the outside. I see a lot of people are starting to use it. I think Spoit is using it. I think Adapt might be using it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but I know Spoit's using it. He has motion blur turned off, so yeah. Sound effects, again, is on dark, so when you get flashbang, I have it on black. White literally blinds me, so. Team color, always on blue. I'm never changing this. Enemies always win orange. I used to play in red, but I just like orange. All the chat settings doesn't matter. But yeah, we're done with the actual in-game settings. So we're gonna move on to the Nvidia control panel settings. If you have that, then good for you. If you have AMD, this isn't for you. Alright, so we're moving on. I will say though, we're going on to the game filter because I see that you could actually use game filters now in Siege. Again, it took it out at the beginning of the season. I don't know if it's a glitch or they did it purposely. I don't know what it is. But we could use these filters again. So if you guys do like using the video game filters, what I would recommend doing is, you know, press Alt Z, go to game filter, press 1 over here, and you have add filters over here. So what you want to do is you want to add color, and you click the drop down, bring down the color and intensity down to 0, both tint color and intensity, bring that to 0, and put the vibrance all the way up to 90. And then what you want to do, you're going to add another filter, you're going to add detail, and you're going to do this drop down, and you're going to change the sharpness to 15. If I could do it, if I'm not stupid. There you go. So now my game looks a lot more vibrant. So we're gonna have the comparison to when it's turned off. See, it's kind of dark and gloomy, and turned on. Sometimes I'll play it turned on, but sometimes it's very, very bright for me. So sometimes I play with turned off. But as of right now, I'm playing with turned off. If you guys like your very vibrant games, very bright, then, you know, use these filters over here with these settings, and you'll be good to go. All right, moving on to the monitor settings. All right, on the desktop over here. What you want to do, if you have Nvidia, you're going to right-click it. Right-click your desktop, it goes to the Nvidia control panel, or you can straight up press the Windows button and type in Nvidia control panel, and it shows up right there as well. So we're going to open up Nvidia control panel. We're just going to go through like the monitor settings quickly. So you're going to click the drop down, or not the drop down, but you see display, and then the sub menu says adjust desktop color settings. You're going to click that. My main monitor over here, I have 80 brightness, contrast is at 85%, my gamma is at 1.6, digital vibrance is at 100%, and my hue is at 0. So that's what I do on my main monitor. We're not going to do these managed trees, and we're not touching any of this stuff. That's too much, too complicated to look at. But if you guys are curious here, I'm going to scroll down pretty quickly. So if you guys do really care about this section of it, I'm going to go through it quickly. So yeah, pause whenever you guys need to. Alright, there we go. So that's it for that. But that's gonna be it for the video. If you guys have any more questions about my control, sensitivity, anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. But for the most part, this is gonna be my settings at 2025. Nothing's really gonna change at all. If anything drastic changes, like if I change my whole HUD for some reason, or my sensitivity gets changed completely, I'll make another updated video on that. But for the most part, it's going to be playing on. Just to backtrack in the sensitivity part though, I am playing on 800 DPI, just in case you guys are curious. 800 DPI, no multiplier whatsoever, you know, just simple, clean, regular 800 DPI. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. I'll be answering every question or every comment you guys have, so yeah, feel free to do that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the videos. Appreciate it. Road to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there, so let's hit a K. Let's hit 1,000 subs. Let's do that by the end of this year. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.